at 36, like something's got to change.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe something is doing nothing. And maybe doing nothing's doing everything. Because like the Stoics or the ancient like philosophers or people that like look at the stars, that they had to have time to think and do nothing.
It's an important thing to like have time to slow down and think. I'm sitting here listening to you and it resonates with me because I've been feeling for the last few weeks like I feel like guilty. Like when I take a second to sit, to do nothing, to try and watch a TV show, which is like literally the only thing that can like bring me down. Like that's the only thing that can stop me from working. And honestly, it doesn't even do that half the time, but it's the only thing that can really like get me in a place where I might be able to chill. And I just felt guilty. And I was telling my cousin, I was like, gosh, I feel guilty. I feel like I haven't done much this week. And she's like, why do you feel like that? And I'm like, oh crap. There's so much crap that I'm doing. There's so much that I'm having to do, just like within my career. There's so much I'm doing even personally. Like I don't know why we can't slow down and why we don't find the value in taking a moment to figure out what you want to do or just have the space to think. I think that's important. Like just being able to clear your head. I'm trying to prioritize that more because I have to have a moment every day where I just have a second to regroup, you know, whether it's at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. I have to have a moment where I just align with myself and be like, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm doing. This is who I am. This is who I choose to be. And just trying to do everything that I can to live up to those expectations of myself. I feel like you can't really do that if you're not aligned with yourself. And I'm trying to understand that more. Because you're right, like hustle culture is a very real thing. People tell you can't stop, you can't slow down. And sometimes that's literally the thing that you need to do. So I feel that personally and professionally right now.
Yeah, especially in entertainment because there's so much pressure.
You feel like you'll fall behind. Like you'll feel like you fall behind. Like you really have to take time to reflect. Like I'm trying to actively take time to like engage hindsight a little more. You know, I jokingly say there's a song I recently wrote and I say hindsight is the friend that shows up late to funerals. And and I feel like that's where I've been in my mind. I'm just like, I want to engage hindsight a lot sooner. I hate that I got to crash before I take a moment to look back and be like, okay, I should reflect. Where was I? When did it start to fall apart? When did I start feeling like I was making little compromises and like a death by 1,000 cuts? Like, when did that happen? And I want to engage that and feel that and take notice of it when I'm in the thick of it, not when I'm falling apart and like I have no more wheels. Yeah. I would like to catch a flat tire, you know? I'm tired of like just keeping going and just being like I don't know. Mentally, I'm trying to get to that place. It's hard.
It is.
It's very, very, very hard.
My therapist was like, you wouldn't drive a car and never change the oil.
Well, you don't know me then.
Well, she was like, well, that's what I was saying. Because I'm like, I think I'm just going to make an assumption. I'm a creative. You're a creative. But like my brain's constantly doing this. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to just shut it off.
Same.
And that TV show might be the one thing that just distracts you enough that your brain stops thinking for a little while. Is that what it is to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that little like distraction that's enough to like turn it off. Yeah. But she was like, imagine that you are a car and like you're going to like put gas in the car. Like the car needs gas to be able to drive.
That's true.
And so what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. And then she's like, so what could you do to put gas in the car? And I was like, I don't know at the time. But this was a couple years ago when we had that conversation. And now I've realized like the doing nothing thing might be the doing everything, you know?
I agree. I'm right there with you. Like I'm actively telling myself and trying to train my brain to be like, you're not lazy. You need to refuel. You need to chill. You need time to reflect. You need to get your mind right. Like, I think that's important. And I don't know, I just feel like I said, I don't want to crash out, you know, before I start to re-up. And so, I don't know, it's a hard thing to figure out, but I don't know. I feel like in the age of information and technology, we just get to hear so many people's stories. And it's like, it's kind of like negligence at this point. It's personal negligence. If you're just, like, we see it all the time. People are talking about rest, therapy. And it's like, it's the reason why people are talking about this stuff, because we're finally being honest with ourselves and with each other in a very public way, by the way. Social media is, like, insane to me still. But we're honest about our stories, and that's the beautiful thing for me about social media. You get to hear those stories, and it's like, yo, people need to slow down. People need to take a break. People are exhausted. People are tired. People are disappointed. And I think collectively we could all just take like a deep breath, and that might not fix everything. Honestly, it might not fix anything, but it can fix you long enough to be able to get your mind right to do what you got to do to try and make it through this world.
Yeah.
You need that.
You have to be good for you to be good for others.
That's very true.